What's happening there, YouTube? Genji here, and today we're checking out some more new Steam releases, this time with Modulus, a factory automation game that combines a number of subsystems that you would normally see in different types of automation games all together under one roof. So for example, it has a block assembly mechanic similar to a game like Shapes, but also combined with a factory building system similar to something like Factorio, as well as a city builder and a deep tech tree with strategy elements. It seems like there's a lot going on in this one, so I'm curious to see if I can pull it off in a cohesive way or if it's a bit of a mess, but we won't find out until we hop in. So let's start a new game. Enter a new save name. Are they asking for like the name of our factory or just a name for the save? If it's like a corporation name, let's do something like, I don't know, something punny with foxes and tech. Kitsu Kinematics. How about that? Create. And a tiny robot. I love it already. Atlas. Ah, there you are. Hello, Daedalus 1. I'm Atlas. I'll be your liaison to your creators, the colony. The colony is all the way down there. They built you for a single purpose, to mass-produce bots. What is my purpose? Buildings are essential to meeting your production targets. Each one is constructed from modules, the building blocks of your factory. You'll be making these yourself. You've been given unlimited resources and no time constraints, so relax into it. Explore, build, optimize. There's no pressure here. When you're ready, I'll begin your training. Ooh. Calibrating systems. Let's run a test protocol on your sensors. Follow instructions on the top left. Instructions. Input instructions. Move camera using WASD or middle mouse button. Rotate your camera using right mouse button. Zoom camera using scroll up and scroll down. Okay. Very Timberborn. Mining polyrock. Your first step in creating a module is mining polyrock. Your operators, such as the miner, are located on your toolbar at the bottom. Understood. Select the miner. Extracts polyrock from polyrock nodes for cube creation. You can run conveyors through miners. Oh, we're going back to belts. We're coming off 90 plus hours of Star Rupture, going back to belts. They always come crawling back. All right, we're rotating. Place 4 miners on the highlighted polyrock with holograms. Oh, they have to face a specific way. That's all right. That's what belts are for. Press right mouse button to clear your selection. The furnace melts polyrock into cubes, the starting point of all modules. I'm assuming this is the smelter, basic core facility. Delivery dock. We have to build. Oh, we have to build a smelter. I see. Smelter. Furnace. Furnace. The furnace melts 4 polyrock into 1 basic cube each operation. 4 polyrock is required for each operation. So speed info. I'm not quite sure how to read this. It intakes 60 per minute and then outputs 15 per minute. Is that the conversion rate? We have to place this in a specific spot, I see. I wonder if this is just the tutorial or if we're going to have to start our factory with their pre-suggested layout. Transporting resources. Conveyor belts are used to move resources across your factory. Click and drag to place a conveyor line. Conveyor line is 1. Rotate with R. There we go. Drag. That works. There we go. We're producing polyrock. Okay. Get in pretty close. I see we don't have to provide any kind of power to this. Our buildings just work. Place conveyor belts. You have a new operator, the cutter. Place one and click on it to enter. To enter? We're going in. We're gonna process these blocks by hand. Right mouse to deselect. Very interesting. It looks like a the hot wire they use to cut and shape styrofoam. So we have to clear a selection with right mouse button, place one and click on it to enter. Oh, wow. I'm trying to think of what this reminds me of. It reminds me a little bit of Kaizen, but not quite this detailed. To configure the cutter, select the slice interval at the bottom. Cut the block into 2 equal pieces. Okay. This is our cut mode, so we can preview, I guess, our output here. We can rotate the block. R and T. We don't seem to be able to reposition the block, so we won't be doing any sub-cutting. It'll always be along this pre-configured grid. Interesting. So you can do 1 block to 4 slices, 1 block to 2 slices, 1 block to different size slices, so a 3 to 1, 2 by 2, 4 by 1, or 1 by 4. Understood. Not quite sure why we need to zoom in on this, but okay. Configure. The first module has been pinned for you. It requires the assembler, which combines 2 shapes into a new one. So let's see. We're going into the assembler. They want us to place it here, which means we're going to need a belt to connect it. The assembler needs 2 input. Let's use the splitter. Okay, we're going full factorio. Splitter's on 3. Place this here. We're going to split this. Well, we're going to output this into the splitter, and then we'll be splitting it into here and here. Now that the assembler is receiving 2 inputs, we can click on it to configure it. Okay, so we're trying to make a 2x4x8 module. Drag modules on the left to assemble on the right. Got it. So we need something like this, right? Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8x4. That's what this would be. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 8x4. So this would be this configuration here. Do we have to, like, place it centrally, or? That seems to be alright.
New module created.
Buildings. Delivering modules to a building requires cranes. They grab the modules from conveyor belts. Click on the building to place a crane. Add a crane. Modules needed. 24 of these. Well, I don't have any yet. Do I have to start the construction first and then deliver modules into it? Place a crane. Draw conveyors in front of the building. Oh, I have to place... Oh, I'm doing it out of order. I thought it was automatically placed, but I guess we have to put an assembler, cutter, conveyor belt, miner, splitter, conveyor belt. Click on this. Add a crane. Oh, click here. Got it. Okay. Understood. And then we drag this here. And now we're supplying this... Nice work! The first production line is now done and should stay there to ensure a constant supply to the building. Let's start on a new production line for the next module. Use the copy tool to copy and paste a selection of operators. Finally, an automation game with copying and pasting. That is a huge thing that we're missing from Star Rupture right now. Use the copy tool. Can you point out to me? Oh, it's here. Copy. Okay. So we want all of this. And we're going to paste it here. Simple enough. The second module. The same building requires a second different module to be constructed and delivered. The first module will always be required for the building to function, so altering the first production line is not advised. Ready for a challenge? You are now free to build however you desire. You have unlocked tools to clear belts, copy, mirror, and destroy operators located on the left. Okay. So now we're trying to make this. This is a... I guess a 2x2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I think we can figure that out. Where are we delivering it to? Add a crane. I guess anywhere we want, huh? So then let's put this here. And then we'll come over here. So we have our blocks coming in here. We need to reconfigure this. Would we not? Unless we need to... We probably need to sub-cut this again. So let's build another... well, I guess this is the output. We haven't cut anything yet, right? So the cutter goes here. Then we can cut this how we want. We want to cut this into... this, I guess. Because then we can, again, sub-cut this to get 4 of these, and then we can stack them on top of each other. So let's configure it for this. and then belt out into another cutter. Where we can subcut this again into 2, but we want to rotate this. Then we're cut like this. It's kind of hard to see with this in the way. There we go. So yeah, we're going to cut this in half. We have a 4x4x2 that we're going to cut into a 4x2x2. 2 4x2x2s, I suppose. Then we're going to be producing 30 of these because we're bisecting them, right? So we have 15 in, 30 out. And then we'll put this into an assembler. I guess we do need to split it, huh? So a splitter is on 3. We're going to split that. 1, 2. We're going to come in here. And we want this to be by 8. So we'll put this here and this on top. And there we go. 2 by 2 by 8. Configure.
Module created.
This building requires twice as many of that newly made module, so let's use 2 cranes to deliver it. Oh. Now, can I put these in a line, or will I have to split this and then feed each crane independently? Deliver the second module to the building. Now, let's see. If I run this through, will this first crane take all of the output? Or will they balance it between the 2 cranes? I can already tell we're going to need to unlock some faster belts. Okay, first one grabs it. First one grabs, okay, it does not balance at all. Good job. Buildings need a continuous influx of modules to keep producing, even after they are completed. While we wait on it to complete, we can already place a harvester pad that will collect those resources. So I'm curious why we needed two cranes if the production rate for these is so slow that only 1 crane can grab them at a time. I guess this is just to explain that you can use multiple cranes to accept the same type of product. Anyway, moving on, we can place a harvester pad that will collect those resources. Is this not? This is the delivery dock. Place a harvester pad that is here on 0. Assign drones to collect resources from buildings. Okay. Do they want this in a specific spot, or doesn't seem like it? We have to feed into this, or no, it feeds out. So if this is going to be picking up from here, I assume we're going to have to deliver this into a delivery dock. So let's put this over here. If not, we can move it later, I guess. Buildings linked. Assign a drone to a building. This one. Okay. The first building you created is the core facility. You are now producing cores. We will need those to create bots in the bot assembly, the second building. Let's start building it. Place a basic bot assembly. Tunnel. Allows conveyor belts to move underground. Oh. Very Factorio. Furnace miner, cutter, assembler. Oh, there's different tabs, I see. Basic core facility small. Basic bot assembly small. Oh, we're not... Okay, so we're not ready for this yet. So this needs to move. Move tool. Move this. Move it back. We'll probably need to relink this. Nope, it's already linked. Okay. So then we're going to build basic bot assembly. Small. This is not... This is? No, this is a core. Core facility, bot assembly. I just want to leave some room between these 2 buildings to pass some conveyor belts through, so let's go here, I guess. You can click on the building to inspect the required modules. One of the modules for the basic bot assembly is black and requires a monotoner. The monotoner can turn an entire module black or white. Oh, I see. Oh, something just appeared over here. Building operational. Oh, we delivered all of the modules we needed. Producing 7.5 per minute. I don't know what we're producing exactly. I see oh, we're producing 2 basic cores. Okay, they've not told us what those are for yet. So Create and deliver the first module of the basic bot assembly. Create and deliver the second module of the basic bot assembly. So how do we get... I guess we add a crane? Yeah, okay. I got it. So we need... Oh, they gave us more down here. Cool. Let's add a crane here. And one here, because we'll be producing two things here. So let's pin this for now. Close that. We need some more harvesters. We'll go back here. Miner. See, we have 4 feeding this line, but it doesn't seem like we need nearly that many because this line is completely, like, backed up. This furnace is not using nearly enough to justify having 4 connected to that. So I don't know why they gave us that many. So let's try 2 right off the bat here. How do these... Will these automatically... They will automatically combine. Okay. So we'll run this here. Like that. In fact, we can probably run multiple lines off of this. If we can just use a splitter to split things off. So, like, we could run these 2 factory lines here off of a single set of these just by splitting the output, since these are so backed up. We'll run this here for now. Don't worry about that a little later when we start getting more resource demands. So let's see if we can do that here. So let's split this 3. We'll do a splitter first, and we can split this into 2 different factory lines. Can you mirror? T to mirror. There we go. All right, we'll do one this way and one this way. So let's get our furnace in line. Furnace is here. Furnace. Furnace. There's nothing to control here. Yeah. Let me just make sure this is actually backing up 3, 4. Yeah, there's enough incoming materials here to run 2 different furnaces. The monotoner. So do we... changes a module to black or white. So if we do our monotoner line, can we connect these directly up? Black. Toggle output color black. It seems like it's moving in. Yes, okay, so we can do it here at the beginning instead of at the end. So then from here, we're doing a cutter, right? Cutter. And we're doing 1 by 4 by 8. So you want it like this. It just gives us 4 by 1 by 4. And then to combine, we have to put this into a splitter. And what is... the assemblers are 2 by 2. We might need to run this out a bit. Assembler... yes, we can do 1 here and then mirror it the other way. So we'll do 1 here. No, we don't need to. No. Move this. E is move for some reason. There we go. Okay. So, I don't know what that was up there. Looks like a tech tree. So then we're going to combine this like this. And that looks like our desired configuration for this module. We'll configure that.
Module created.
And we'll spit this out into here. Boop. Like so. And then we're going to do some cutting on the other line. Cutter. In fact, let's place it here. We don't need a belt necessarily. And the other one that we're making, can we unpin this? Let me just take a look over here. We need this. Let's pin this module. So this one is 2 by 8 by 2. I guess we're going to want 2 series of cutters. We're going to want to cut it horizontally and then vertically. So there'll be 2 cutters in a row. Rotate this. There we go. Configure that. And then we're going to split that. Let's mirror this like so. Assembler. 1, 2. That looks right to me.
New module created.
Perfect. And we're already lined up for that. Here it comes. Okay, let's unpin that. Cool. Great job. Once finished, this building will create bots. In the meantime, let's start on the last essential building, the basic processing plant. This will be the first step towards unlocking new technology. I'm still not sure what we built this for. Collecting base cores. Create and deliver the first module of the basic processing plant. Basic core facility, basic bot assembly, basic processing plant. Okay, these are all... Oh, there goes our drone. He's dropping off. Nice. Where do we want to squeeze this in? Are we allowed to build on the grass? We are allowed to build on the grass. We're allowed to build on the trees, too, for some reason. Let's see if we can go... here, maybe? Because we have some minerals down here, so we can do our assembly here and then deliver this up into this on this side, right? So let's go back to the beginning. We want our miners. Let's face this way. 1, 2. We're going to pull into a splitter. That's what we did here, right? Splitter and then furnace. Yeah, splitter and 2 furnaces. So 3 to split. Furnace. Here and here. Let's just see if we need to color these. Oh, we're combining color and shapes. Okay, so we know we're gonna need 2 cranes. So we'll do 1, 2. Let's... Space is gonna be a little tight here. Go like this. Put our first cutter here. Let me take a look at this. Let's pin this. We're gonna need basically what we made here, but 1 in black and 1 in white. So we'll want to create this first, and then we can split the output of this and do 1 in black, and then combine them again. Okay. And then let me take a look at the other one real quick. This one, oh, okay, this one's different. So we'll only worry about this one. Pin for now. Close this. Close this. All right. This is a cutter. We know we're going to want this in 2s. Configure. And then, can I copy this, rotate it? Loop this back on itself. We're going to cut this again. Huh? Why is this a full block? This is not what comes in here. This operator is expecting a different module. Well, I didn't... Oh, I copied it. That's why. Okay, so then let's destroy this. Understood. cutter. There we go. Rotate, cut again, configure. And now we want to assemble these. We need to split for that. So let's do a splitters 3. Then an assembler. We'll stack these on top of each other. Assemble that. Makes sense. Now we want to split this again. And we want to send one to a monotoner. Output black. And then we want another assembler. Oh, how did you get here? You should be black. Delete that. Oh, I must have double toggled it back to white again. Alright, try this again. Assembler. One white. One black. Okay, there we go. So this is just side by side. T. Like so. Configure.
New module created.
Alright, there's module 1. So let's deliver this while we figure out this other one, which is coming from here. So we'll slap a cut. Well, let me pin it first so I see what exactly we're making. Take this one, pin it. Close all this. So we need 1 by 2. 1 by 1 by 2s. And then assemble a bunch of these. 3 blacks, 1 white. Oop, I keep pressing escape to get out of this. So let's take a cutter. I guess we want this, right? And then we'll cut this horizontally. That'll give us a 1 by 4 by 2. And we can combine 2 of those into this shape, which we need 4 of. So we'll configure that. And then we'll cut it again. Rotate, bisect. There we go. Configure that. And then we want an assembler. So let's turn this way. Split. Mirror. Assemble. 1, 2. We want to flip this down. Well, I guess we just stacked on top of each other, right? This is that shape here. This is a 2 by 8, 8 by 1, 1. Perfect. Configure that. And then we need to split this because we need to paint one of them black. So monotoner facing this way. Making them black, yep. And then we need a combine, we need, how do we need to do this? So we need to split this again, because I assume we can only ever combine 2 things. So we actually need to split this in 2, so we need this kind of L shape here, and then we need this flat block to combine in the final assembler. So we're actually going to need to split this a few different ways. So we're going to split this. Like, we're getting kind of tight on space here. Maybe we do it like this. Let's take this, wrap it around. And we have some more space here, so let's do an assembler. Because we want to make this shape. We want... No, we want to split this again first, because we need this for both. We need this shape here for this shape and for this shape. So we need to split this again. We need a double split. So let's delete this. Put another splitter in here. We'll bring this one forward. This factory will make the back shape here. This guy. Configure. And then we need this shape and this shape to come together in another assembler. Which we'll place... somewhere where we can... not trap ourselves in here. So here... here, and then we'll deliver this like this. That makes sense. So let's go into here. And then this we need to combine like this. Like this. That looks correct, so we'll configure that. And then we're going to take the output of this and this line here into a final assembler. No, 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 don't cross the streams. Uh-oh, we crossed the streams. Yeah, so I need to delete this. X. Need to delete this. Assembler is on 7. There we go. And then this shape's gonna go like this. This shape's gonna go like this. Configure.
Module created.
There we go. And this can go right into here. Beautiful. Very interesting. It definitely has very familiar shapes mechanics, but in 3 dimensions. Oh, wow, that takes a while to process, huh? Get this out of here. 15 per minute. Unpin. Oh. Basic bots. Let's go back to the completed bot assembly and supply it with cores to produce bots. I'm busy. I'm checking my ratios. Additional resource gray cores. In addition to their modules, some buildings require additional resources. In this case, the bot assembly and the processing plant will need cores as well before they can produce. Okay. Hang on. Okay, so this is built. This is built. I'm guessing we need a drone, a harvester pad to pull all these out of here. Now let's go back to the completed bot assembly. That's this, and supply it with cores to produce bots. Deliver the cores from the core facility, the first building, to the bot assembly with cranes. They're probably piling up in the connected harvester pad. Oh. Okay, so I need to put another crane onto here. Which means I'll probably want to move this guy, which is Eve, for some reason. Rotate. There they go. Great. Now connect a harvester pad to the bot assembly to collect the bots. Using conveyor belts, deposit them at the delivery dock located on the island. Aha! We finally get to the delivery dock. Get this out of here. Get this out of my face. So we need another harvester pad, right? Where was that? Basic processing... harvester pad, okay. So then we'll do this. Because apparently it's impossible for our buildings here to output anything. They only accept things. Add a crane. Excuse me. Thank you. Go into here. We need to link this to here. Right? Okay, so output to this, output to this, output to this, output to this, and then output to this. Deliver the bots to the delivery dock on the map. So this is still, we're still awaiting 22 of these shapes. Because this process is particularly inefficient. We probably have done this more efficiently. We have a surplus of these basic white shapes, but these assembled black shapes take a while to get down here, so you have to go through multiple other steps that add delays into it. Very interesting. That means you kind of have to balance your processes. So you actually want to have like multiple versions, multiple instances of this side of the production line so that we're creating more of these shapes to keep up with the delivery rates of these simpler shapes. But doing that would require a whole lot more room than we currently have here. Although I suppose we can technically use tunnels, right? So I could set up some additional manufacturing over here and then deliver these things. 16 and 30. Oh, we're already halfway there. Let's see if I can get this online before it's done. Miner, give me a couple of these. Furnaces. Mirror here, mirror here. I guess both these are going to get the same treatment, so we want to actually just put these back on the same... Well, no. That's fine, so we'll put cutter here. Cutter here, cutter here. We'll both be making the same thing. We're going to split this like this, configure. We're going to cut this like this, configure, then assemble. Assemble. No, we need to cut them again. Unless... What does this look like? Show me one. Is it... Oh. Excuse me. E delete, assembler. What? I thought I deleted these. E. Oh, that's move. X, delete. Assemble. Is that shape? And then monotoner like so, and then deliver this here. Is that right? This is making a 1x1, a 1x4x8. This is making a, yeah, it's that. Okay. There we go. Now we've doubled up. And we still need a lot more of these. Perfect. Now, is this telling us the efficiency that we're operating at, or the efficiency that we need? It seems like we're operating at full efficiency, because now we have these backing up on the line. So we have met our requirements. And there we go. Here's the resources for our first basic core. Oh no, we need to put basic cores into this. We have this. Oh. For some reason I thought this was that. So then we need to delete this. Deliver the bots to the delivery dock. Oh, oops. You. Move you. The bots are going here. We need... Let me delete this. Delete. We need to split this then. So this needs to get moved back. Move this back. Give me a splitter. Like this. And this needs some cores. To make processors. There we go. Understood. And then this, we're just delivering bots straight to the delivery bay. Basic bots delivered? Yeah. Delivery targets. Great job delivering your first bots. The colony below expects you to deliver a steady supply of them. Check out your delivery targets in the toolbar on the top left of your screen. Keep supply up to receive XP and keep expanding your factory. Okay, so we have a bit of a foundry challenge system for incentivizing you to keep up your efficiency. Expansions. Congratulations on reaching rank 2. Rank increases awards you with expansion permits. Use them to buy new islands. Let's proceed in expanding our territory and gain access to new resources. Buy an island. How do I do that? Expansion permits. Lots and lots of tabs down here. How do I buy an island? Scrapper. Not that. Delivery targets? There it is. Delivery targets. Progression. Oh. Look at that stuff we're not even allowed to see yet. Delivery. Basic bots 18, delivery level 1, delivery level 2. Now is this total? This looks like total delivered, so this isn't like meet a specific production level. Buy an island. Mini-map? We're not allowed to... Oh, here we go. Now we can look over here. We have an option of adjacent islands. Do I need to worry about what resources are available here? Like, I see more polycubes here. I see solar panels, I see wind. This one has some kind of secondary... They all have that? Here's polycubes. Oh yeah, they all seem to have that. Give me this. Purchase island. Spend 1 expansion permits to unlock this island. Purchase. Give me some space. Unlock a new island achievement. Use skylines to transport resources across islands. Neat. Increase core production. The processing plant also requires cores as an additional resource. Now might be a good time to increase their production. Don't forget to use the copy tool to quickly copy parts of your factory. Have at least 2 finished core facilities. That is this, right? Yeah. So we have some more polycubes up here. I don't know if copying this would necessarily work for us, but we can copy this. And then mirror it. Like so. Yeah. Even though I would not really consider this to be an efficient layout, this is a lot of wasted space, so I almost want to undo that. And just redo it from scratch. Demolish. We can save a lot of space in this design. Alright, miners. 1, 2. Like so. Let's plop down our core facility just so I can see what we're making here. I wonder if we should actually do... Oh, we can delete the tree. Let's leave the tree. Get rid of those. Can I do just a furnace off of each one of these? Smelt them directly? I can, but they're kind of... There we go. That works. That way we can leave the tree in there. And then we can take the output of each of these and do a different shape for each, right? So let's mark this. Cut. Configure. Split. Mirror. Assemble. Like so. Configure. And then this one's going to be... Right. So cutter 6, cut into halves. Split Not split. Cut again. 6. Rotate, cut again. Yeah, there we go. And then we split. Let's move this back a hair. Assemble. 1, 2. Configure. And then we can do add 1 here. 1 here. Excuse me. Deliver, deliver. Okay, and while that's running now, we can actually copy all of this. Copy everything except for the miners. And not the tree. So copy that, and then we can do this in parallel. A little bit of space in there. Give me some miners. I guess we want a splitter on this. I wonder how this will affect the throughput, but 1 into here, 1 into here. Oh. Tunnel! What did I do? I wanted a splitter, 3. No, the splitter's here. I just want to run this like this. There we go. Okay, that seems to be fine. And then we want add a crane, input, input. And we want this delivered, excuse me. We want this delivered here and here. Now we could probably reposition this so that these two output lines are actually being merged together and we only need 2 cranes instead of a dedicated pair of cranes for each line here. But we'll see if it's necessary. Okay, it's online. Now we're producing cores. Have both core facilities linked to a harvester pad. Okay, so I want to go to this harvester pad. Link our second core facility. And now when this fills up, we should see a drone take off. And there it goes. Now I do think let's do that because I don't like that this block is getting onto this line. That could potentially gum this up so that these don't get delivered. Because if this fills up and it doesn't need any more of these, and these are currently blocking up these 2 cranes, then it's never going to pull in another one of these. So let me move this back a bit and delete these lines. And delete... Can I delete cranes? I can, okay. And then we'll take... Skyline connects 2 islands. Oh, okay. We'll take this to here. Into here. Out here. So we'll deliver these here. And then we'll deliver these here. There we go. I like that a lot better. Okay, link a harvester pad to the processing plant. For what? Where are we taking it? We have gray processors. Are we bringing this to another island? If so, I need to face this like this direction. And then we'll link this to processing. Gray data shards. The processing plant you just built processes gray processors. Use a new operator called the data center and convert those processors into gray data shards. Deliver them to the delivery dock to spend them on new technology in the tech tree. Okay, never mind then. let's move this somewhere we have some room for some new production. Create gray data shards using the data center. Here we go. Creates data shards. So this takes 2 inputs of what? I'm not sure. We need 2 gray processors. Okay, so a splitter. Mirror that. Output. 1, 2. There we go. Knowledge is power. Create your first data shard. Oh, right, we have to deliver them here, don't we? Well, in that case, let's move some things around. Let's put this, I want to move this to here. I want to well, I guess I can just delete this, but you have to move individual conveyor belts. There we go. And then can I select all this and move it? I can. Amazing. That's fine. And then we can put this like that. Deliver them to the delivery dock. And then we have just enough space for 2 more conveyor belts into this. The tech tree. Let's start at the top first. Your first data shard. Keep up production and you'll be able to unlock useful upgrades in the tech tree. I can't wait to see what you choose to upgrade first. You can spend any data shards you've delivered in the tech tree and unlock new technology. Check out the tech tree in the toolbar in the top left of your screen. Keep delivering data shards to unlock upgrades for your factory. Tech tree! Let's go! Whoa. Whoa. Look at that. Whoa! It's huge! Nice. This is gonna be so many hours gone. Okay, so we have all of our basic facilities, gray data shards. So our next upgrade route is through Gray Building 2nd floor. Gray buildings can now be upgraded to floor 2. Production is increased. So that's well, no, we have skylines. Extractor. The operator can extract hex crystals and solarite from their resource nodes. That seems pretty important. Let's spend 8 of our 10 gray processors or whatever these are called. Unlock that. There we go. Essential paint systems, sorter, efficiency view. Ooh. Storage depots, let's go. Blueprints. Oh my god, amazing. Imagine launching your factory game with blueprints already available and not waiting until 6 months into early access to finally get around to adding it. Skylines per island. Linked buildings amount, crane amount. I guess gray building 2nd floor since we have one available. Building floor upgrades. Data shards have another purpose besides unlocking new technology in the tech tree. They are also used to upgrade buildings. An upgraded building will output more resources when the new floor is completed. Upgrading buildings is critical for larger output, so make sure to upgrade your buildings whenever you have enough data shards. Okay? And I assume that we will need to increase input into these buildings in order to make use of that increased manufacturing capacity. Basic refinery, blue pigment. Consumes hex crystals to produce blue pigment. Well, if we wait 10 seconds, I can see it delivering on the belt here. Whoop, there we go. Now we can unlock this. Droid core facility, advanced processing plant, blue data shards, lumite reactor. Oh yes, basic assembler, basic cutter, basic assembler V2, 120. Yeah, what does the scaling look like on this? Like if we go, oh, we have completely different tiers of data shards. We've got blue, we've got yellow. There's gonna be a purple in here. Now 10,000 though. Kinda nuts. 10,000, 480, yeah. Okay. Very nice. So let's see, blue pigment. Unlock the basic refinery blue pigment node. Have at least one processing plant upgraded to second floor. Now we can't do this here because there's only basic poly rock here. So we need to go to our new island. And I guess start extracting blue hexacrystals. Have at least one processing plant upgraded to second floor. Have at least 2 core facilities upgraded. Deliver all modules to the basic refinery. So is this more like a gather these here and then send them back via skyline type situation? At least one processing plant. That's basic core facility, bot assembly, processing plant. How do we upgrade? Upgrade costs 6 data shards. Where are those produced? Those are produced here, right? Data center, yeah. 3 data shard. We need 2 gray processors. So we probably want to start stepping up manufacturing of our gray processors, which requires this whole spiel. So if we want to increase our manufacturing for gray processors, we probably want to turn this into a more efficient, a more space efficient design. That way we can put more copies of this in a smaller footprint and increase our input into this. Although this looks like it's backed up anyway. Why are we backed up here? We have 6 of 6 and 6 of 6. We need more cores. So we're currently... We can upgrade this. I guess we want to upgrade everything in line, right? Start at the beginning, upgrade our core facility. We have plenty of these, it looks like. We want to create more of these. So then let me grab this. Grab this. Grab this. Grab this. Delete, delete, delete. Output that. And then I can delete this tree. Copy with C this layout. Mirror it. Or not. We don't even necessarily need to mirror it. We can just put it like this. And actually we can probably take the input of these and split it, because we're not using nearly that many. So let me delete this, and this, and this, and run this like this. And then we can do one up here, one straight into here. There we go, and it'd probably be even more efficient if we did not do any splitting at all, and just did 2 to 2. So let's delete this. Let's do like this. Let's do like this. There, that will have the same effect without waiting for the extra step of being filtered to the splitter. And then you want to take this, merge these together. What are we waiting on here? More of these guys, huh? Okay. We can do that, so copy. We can do 1/3 of these. Is that right now? Move with E. Like that. And then extractor 4, or miner, I guess. Miner. Run this into here. Run 3 of these. Like so. I like how quickly you're able to scale things if you have a good layout. Very easy to quickly scale your manufacturing. So we would probably benefit from having maybe a third. Let's see, if I put a miner here, and we ran this. And then we run, let's say, like this. 4 miner, run this into here. This one's still running fine because this has 4 going into it. Each of these, the furnaces are sitting idle for a bit longer than I'd like. Now let's add a third onto here, so 4. So, now each one of these is running off of 3 miners. That seems to be just enough because now they're starting to back up, so you should never be waiting for input now. 4. Oh, that's actually backed up. Oh, we're overproducing now, but that's what we want to see. Okay, so we have a bunch of cores now online. This is running at 100% efficiency now. Now we can go here. And here. Upgrade costs 6. We have 10, so I guess basic processing plant. Let's upgrade this, because this creates the processors that get fed into making the data shards. How is our efficiency here? We're fully backed up. So we're running as fast as this building can produce. And then here, we can't upgrade this. We need 8 shards, so almost. What do the bots do for us again? I know they're delivered here. Basic bots delivered. I don't know what they're used for. Delivery targets. Oh, okay. They upgrade our delivery target rank. I'm not sure what we unlock by doing this. Oh, 1 expansion program. Oh, that gives us access to new islands. Okay, there you go. So not in a huge rush to upgrade that. 1 processing plant upgraded to 2nd floor. That's this. Have at least 2 core facilities upgraded to 2nd floor. Okay, so we need to come here. We need to upgrade this for 4. So we probably want to be producing more of this shape. Let me copy this. We'll paste this. We can technically paste this here. And bring this up like this. Send this under and connect it to that. And then we need some miners to go into this. So let's go 1. Let me do this first. Because we're not keeping all of these furnaces fully fed. They're waiting for input. And in fact, that's probably the same for these 2 here, but I pushed these right up against those, so it's not much. Well, technically I can grab these. Move these forward 1. These should have gone forward 2. You and you. And then that gives us just enough room that I can feed in some more materials here on the side. Somehow. Here, like this. So you get 1. You can split. How do we want to do this? Split this. Like this. We'll go 1 to here. 1 to here. So to make sure all these furnaces have their inputs backed up, so they're not waiting for input. I'm not sure we're there yet. Let's keep going. 1, 2. We'll put one straight into here. We'll put one into here. I want to see all these lines backed up. Okay, this one's backed up. This one's backed up. This one's not backed up, but it's also not waiting for input. It's being delivered at, like, just the right amount. And then I have this here doing nothing. But I don't know if I need it now, because now that we've actually supplied all these furnaces with the proper amount of input, now we're backed up again without this at all. So this was unnecessary. There we go. Okay. That solves that. You're upgraded to level 2. We have all this checked, so now we need to deliver all modules of the basic refinery. Oh, I see. Okay, so now we need these bits. So now we're going to come down to this island. Shift to move quicker. So now we're going to slap on miners here. Oh. How do we extract hexacrystals? Extractor. That's how. Okay. So this direction, this direction. Let's take these. Oh, that was cracked. Extract hexacrystal for the first time.
Delivery target
Achievement.
completed. Rank up.
Rank up. And let's take a bunch of miners. I don't know where they're going yet, but this will be fine for now. So let's look at refinery. So we need 3 inputs for this refinery. Set this back a bit so we have some room to work. Let's pin this module. Interestingly, none of these require... Oh, it just takes raw hexacrystals as one of its inputs. Am I understanding that correctly? So if I add a crane here, and we just run... let me do XXX, X. Not there. Move this whole thing over. Like this? Sure. If we run this straight in here, is this one of the inputs that it needs? I guess once it's in its construction mode, once it's in its production mode, it will need that. Right now, I can't take those because it's not constructed yet. Okay, so we'll worry about that in a minute. Let's get back to this. So we know we're going to need furnaces and all that. So let's go back to here. Furnace. Mirror. We'll set this up and then move it to somewhere that makes sense in the space that we have here. So we're gonna need a furnace. We're gonna need a cutter. Let's move this in here for now, just so we get this moving. So this outputs 15 a minute. This accepts 15 a minute. We need to cut this into slices like this, single tile slices. And then we're gonna split this. Split is 3. Splitter, then assembler with 7. And then we're gonna assemble this into, we need to do it in 2 steps. We need to assemble this, and then assemble 2 of these. So we're actually gonna wanna do 7, we're gonna want 2 of these setups. Cut. We can't configure until we put something into it. A furnace. Huh? Oh, we need a splitter. There we go. Complete that. Okay, now we can cut this like so, configure. We can assemble this like so, configure, and then we're gonna take the outputs of both of this. Like this and like this. Boop, stick those together. And then, monochrome, monotone. I guess we could do it in a straight line. Black.
New module created.
There we go. Yeah, I guess putting the monotoner as far back in the production line as possible is probably for the best, because if you put it early, like we were doing in the last setup where we were monochrome or monotoning things, when you're putting it on subcomponents, you have to paint more total number of subcomponents that you can combine together into a larger component. And so you add more delay into your system. Whereas you can just, it's more efficient if you just do a single paint operation on the completed product. So I'm going to go back and rethink that earlier assembly line, but for right now, we'll just worry about this. So we have a completed product here, one of our completed products. Let's add a crane here. Add that there. There she goes. We're delivering. One, done. Next up. This. Let's unpin this. Pin this. Okay, so basically need to make this, what we made before, but cut in half and paint one half of it. So, furnace. Furnace. Let's grab another, I guess 3 minor seems to be the trick. One into here, one into here. Then cut, cut. I wish there was a speed up button. Being able to fast forward would be quite useful. There it is. Alright, cut that. Cut that. Then we're gonna wanna paint one of these before we combine it. So we'll just assemble this. This will be the white half. This and this. Configure. And then we'll do a monotoner on this. It's gonna be the best way to route this, like this, maybe? We can do like this. And like this. And like this. Nope. I'm doing that thing that I said I wasn't supposed to do. Hang on. Delete all that. Delete all that. 7. Yeah. Yeah, we'll assemble this first. Then paint the output. That way you're only doing 1 paint job instead of 2 paint jobs per unit. Then we do monotoner. Then another assembler. 1 and 2. Slap them together like that.
New
Configure.
module created.
Add a crane onto here. Done. Unpin that. Next up we have an ice cream sandwich. Very thin ice cream sandwich. So kind of the same idea, but we have to take this shape that we had here and then do an additional cut on it. And then assemble those cut pieces together. So we can kind of do up to here. We can copy this. So copy this. And we need more miners. Up to here, to here, to here. Bring all this way. Like so. So it's going to be producing 2 of those. We need to cut this again. Copy this. Then we'll take a cutter. I'm going to wait for this to filter through before we can see what this cut's going to look like. There we go. We're cutting. We're assembling. Here we go. This needs to be configured. So now we're going to cut this again into that shape. Configure. Copy this. What? Oh, here we go. Okay. It was white in there for a second. I was like, what? Okay, so now we need to put these into a final assembler. Guess it's the same amount of space if we do it here or here. So let's just go like this, like this. Oh, actually, we're gonna need 2 of these lines, aren't we? Because we're gonna have to do this. I guess if we want it operating at full efficiency, because we can take this, split this, and then do another assembler. But this will run at half efficiency. Like that.
New module created.
Add a crane. What? No. Trying to go back into itself. Right, and then like that. Nope. Actually, I probably should save. Save. Kitsu kinematics. Overwrites. Yes. And we need 16 of these. So it's not super efficient, but it's not super slow either. All right, hexacrystal to pigment. The pigment refinery requires hexacrystal for production. This resource can be found on the new island you bought. Extract it using the newly unlocked extractor. Way ahead of you, bud. So I guess technically, if we wanted to increase efficiency, I could copy all of this. Copy, paste. And then instead of doing a splitter here, we would just do... we would join these 2 together into another assembler. So let me add... how am I going to route this? 1, 2, 3. A tunnel with 2. Ah. That's no bueno. I guess we can go this direction. 3. What's that one? Tunnel's 2. Nope. Well, no, we can't go through that. Run these this way. Then to here. There we go. Oh, there we go. And then we'll destroy this. And this, and this, and this, and this, and this. We'll take this, rotate it like so, and mirror it. And we'll take this output and this output. Cutting, we're assembling, painting, we're cutting, assembling, and there we go. The second half of our sandwich. Let's make sure this gets, well, they're producing the same things, they were copied from each other, so it should be fine. Yep, there we go. Okay, we've doubled our efficiency there. Basic refinery blue. This building isn't being serviced by harvester drones. Get pigment from the blue refinery using a harvester pad. Okay. But it would be helpful if you were to tell me where we were taking this to, so I know where to put the harvester pad. Harvest. At least we can move things around easily enough. Paint. Unlock tech tree node essential paint systems. Create blue paint using the dye mixer. Essential paint. I think that was up here. Basic refinery blue pigment. Crane amount 6. Crane reach. Okay, and that very factorio. Where? Essential paint systems. 16. Unlocks oil rig, dye mixer, and painter. To make paint, use the dye mixer to mix oil with the pigment from the pigment refinery. Okay. Oil is extracted from oil pockets on the map using an oil rig. Ah, I think we have one of those here. Yeah. Looks oily enough. So we have a new building here. Scrapper. Dye mixer. Painter. Monotoner. Here, harvesting. Oil rig. Extracts oil from oil pockets. Neat. That was slick. Extract oil for the first time. Polyrock. Is this? Are these the same polyrock, or are these like bigger polyrock nodes? I can't tell. Anyway, so this is spitting out blue pigment. We need oil. I guess this is just raw oil, so I guess we can take this straight out. Do we have to do any kind of other processing on it? Put this here. And then monotoner painter paints a module new color. Dye mixer creates paint. Okay. So we need this and this. Blue paint. Here comes just open tubs of oil. Okay. We're producing blue paint. A stroke of color. Create paint for the first time. And then paints a module a new color depending on which paint is input. Okay, so we'll have blue modules as an input for something. Create blue paint using the dye mixer. What we have. What do you want me to do with it? Your first paint! How wonderful! Just think of all the possibilities that your digitips. Oh, the droid design is going to look so good in blue. It's the most handsome color after all. Not that I'm biased. Module challenges. You now have access to module challenges. Completing these will give you XP and data shards and allow you to rank up faster. If you're looking for something to do in between delivery targets, give these a go and claim your rewards. Note that these modules must be delivered to the delivery dock to count towards a challenge. Aha. Complete a module challenge. Oh, I see. Funky shapes. Funky colors. Whoa. Fountain. These get pretty complex. A lantern. Oh, it unlocks that. Okay. I thought we had to deliver a fountain shape. Interesting. Complete a module challenge. Okay, well, I guess we're doing... Well, one, we don't need this blue paint for anything yet. But I guess... we can work on a module challenge. Does this have a delivery dock? No. Can we build a delivery dock? It doesn't seem like it. Mech core facility. Neural monument. Yellow spire. Harvester pad. These are all locked. Data center creates data shards. Okay, well. And I guess we're going to want to do our manufacturing over here in order to deliver it to the delivery dock. So let's take a look at challenges. Let's pin this. I guess we're gonna want just a bunch of 1x4 strips. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3. Take all these this way. Do we need a furnace or a splitter for this? Let's see, we're doing 3 here that goes directly into a furnace. So it's 3 per furnace. Then we'll want to just take this directly into a furnace. And output this into a cutter. You want to cut this like this. And you want to cut those like this. And then how many of these do we have to deliver? Just one? Deliver amounts. Okay. Deliver 200, deliver 800. So the more we can produce, the better our score, essentially. So if we can do 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's deliver these above. So let's do, instead of that one and that one, let's do this one. This one. This one. Like this. Like this. We'll wrap this around. We'll copy this. Mirror it. Bring those into there. Is this correct? I feel like we want to split this first because we're going to need a bunch of different configurations of this. I think this is going to wind up looking... It's going to be 4 versions of this. Just rotated. So we'll split this. Oops. Slide back. There we go. We'll take that. And this is going to go like this. We'll rotate this like so. That's like that. And yeah, then it's just 2 of those stacked on top of each other, right? And then that gets split again. And assembled like that. That looks right.
New module created.
And then we want to bring this all the way. Over to here. Send it. Our weird end table stand. And module challenges. There we go. Check. I see you had a go at some challenge modules. These are meant to sharpen your internal systems. With every completed challenge, you'll become more efficient. Excellent initiative. I do love a self-motivated unit. Sweet. Okay. Unlock stamper node in the tech tree. Sorter can filter out specific items or modules from a conveyor belt. Basic assembler, basic cutter. Basic stamper can punch out cuboid selections of modules and outputs both results. Can handle input volumes of size 8 by 8 by 8. The stamper can stamp out selections of voxels. Pretty handy for making holes, for example. Ah. Very cool. Excellent work. You've clearly grasped the fundamentals. From here, your factory will be entirely your own. Should you ever need reference material, the colony has prepared a manual, which can be found in the pause menu. Now the real work begins. Good luck. Oh, we're left to our own devices. Deliver 1 droid. Where? Storage depot sorter. Counter. Pointers. Operators that cast a colored beam into the sky to mark an area for visibility purposes. Note blocks. Oh, display case. So where do we make droids? Chemical plant, yellow paint, skylines. Crane, gray building, 3rd floor, droid facility. Here we go. Produces droid cores used in the process of making droids, hyper droids, and blue processors. Grab it. Alright. Stamper. We've got that. Droid core. Here comes our blue constructions. Let's fly back over here. Finally have a use for this paint. Slap down a droid core here. So we need 2x2x8 blue modules. And then here's our first use for the stamper here. Very cool. All right, let's take this first. Let's pin this. Let's grab... Can we get rid of this? No. A lot of this is just like inaccessible until we get... Is there higher tier conveyor belts in here? Faster freighters conveyor speed level 2. Minor speed level 1. Okay, so we need blue data shards. to increase our conveyor belts. We're motivated. All right, so let's grab a bunch of this, I guess. Probably more than we can realistically use on a single belt, but we'll see. And then let's slap a splitter here. So we can do a few different things with this. Let's go back to here. Furnace. What did I do? Delete, delete. Run this here. There we go. And then I don't want to push it this way. So let me delete this. I want to turn this and face this direction. All right, split. We can unpin this, unpin. So we need to make these flat. And then cut these again. Like so. Configure. Split that. Assemble that. Copy all this. Bring this down. Bring this out. No. 7. Bring this to here. Bring this to here. Thank you. Then in here. 1, 2. Slap them together. Like so. Configure. And then, now we want to paint these. We want to bring this into a painter. So I guess we'll mirror this. And then bring our paint into here. Not exactly space efficient. How long does this take? 7.5 per minute, so kind of, well, it's 15 per minute on the output side. This is screening 15 per minute, this is screening 15 per minute, so this is a dedicated pipeline. Add a crane, so we'll take these into here. Like so. It's wild that this has a day-night cycle. Okay, scooping those up. There's one of 3. Unpin. Next up. Let's do this one. So we're gonna need another paint processing line here. Pigment. This is just, all this is producing blue pigment. And it produces 5 per minute, so let's upgrade this. We definitely want to get a hold of some more of this per minute if possible. Can we have multiple? Well, I guess it doesn't really behoove us to have multiple. Because the internal storage buffer of this is so high, it's 240. So we just want to split the output of this. So let me actually move this back 1. And then we can split this. And then we're going to have another painter line here. So we're going to have to split our oil line as well. Here. And then pop out, guess here. Then we can do that. And then we'll copy the dye mixer. Select a recipe, blue paint. There we go. Now we need to actually create this shape. And I don't have any more... I guess I have these down there, but that's kind of a waste to run these all the way over there, so... We need a cargo dispatcher and a cargo receiver, like a star rupture. So let me get... I wonder if I can just take more off of this line. Seems like this is already backed up here. Oh, right. I can't do that. Unless I do... this. Let's see how that works out. My only concern is the throughput of these tier 1 belts, but we're on our way to upgrading those to tier 2 belts. So let's copy... We want this. At the very least. We want to produce these. And this. But then this bottom line is going to be different. So let's get a smelter. Mirror it. Cutter. You want this into 4 pieces like that. And you want to split that. You want to assemble that into 1 long piece. Then we want to paint that long piece. So this is where we would chip in... Oh yeah, we put this in the wrong spot. This needs to be over here. So let me move this No, don't grab the tree. Let's move all this. Oh. Unless we just bring the paint over here. You slap a painter on here. Painter. I hate the shape of this. It's so wide. So I can do 3 or 2. Send this. Oh, there's a maximum limit. Okay, we can double it up. Send this way. Send this into here. Paint that blue. I'll put this into here. Do another assembler here. Okay, we're painting. We're outputting. We're assembling. This is gonna go like this. This is gonna go... like this. On there. Configure that.
Module created.
And then we're gonna slap a crane on this side. Deliver it. Okay, 1 more to go. This one needs just a monotoner. We do, however, need to be able to get some of this poly rock out of here. So you kind of do this to here. We're gonna do a line here. We slap 1, 2, 3 of these together into here. There we go. Alright, split this. You can definitely fit some more poly rock on here, so let's do that. Gonna make sure we get full utilization of this belt. Alright. Furnace, mirror, 1, 2. Cutter, 1, 2. Not quite sure. I guess we're gonna need 2 of these flat. Well, I guess let's make the flat shape first, and then we put the whole flat shape into the punch, right? So we'll do split this into 4. Split this into 4. Assemble this into 1. Split this. One side's going to go into a monotoner. One side's going to go straight forward. Then we're going to... X. And we need to do... the stamper, right? Oh. I guess we're going to have to spit the output into a scrapper. We'll do one like this and one like this. And then you're going to... let's flip this. We need to stamp out 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we can only do one at a time? So then we have the option of, we can do, instead of just combining these into one big one, we can just do it in halves, stamp one side, and then use a combiner to combine these together. Although I don't know if it will matter, because I think the throughput of all these machines is the same, so it's the same number of machines. Either we combine it first and then do 2 stamps, or we stamp first, which will require 2 stamp operations anyway, because you have to stamp one, stamp another, and then those 2 halves get combined into combiners. I think it's the same amount of time either way. Now, which side of this is the good side, which is, I would assume the side that's not in line with the input is the excess side. Yeah, there's a little cube. So in that case, we need to put a scrapper to scrap that. And then we combine here. No. No. We punch again. We stamp again. Like that? Yeah, configure that. Spit that out into there. This. Rotate this. Thank you. This is getting... oh, no. Flip it. Flip it. There we go. This is getting the center 8. Like that. That looks right. Configure. And then that runs forward to this. We take that, and that looks correct, right? Hey. Add a crane here. Deliver it. And then we have to do something with the output of this, so let's go under, do a tunnel. and just reuse the same scrapper. Sweet. Okay, now we just wait. I like it so far. It's definitely a thinking game. It's a low stakes game. Like, it's almost like a cozy factory building game. Unlike Star Rupture, you're not racing against ruptures and base invasions. Not Factorio, you're defending your base against bug invasions. This is very much like the formula of shapes combined with the factory building of Factorio. It's very neat. Not that Shapes itself is not very Factorio-like, but this is even more Factorio-like than Shapes. I guess while we're waiting, we can take a look at our tech tree, 'cause I'm sure we got a bunch of these built up. 41 have been built up. Let's go back up to, I guess, the top here. We can do a third floor. We can add more cranes. Let's just see what other options are here. We can take a look. We can do an efficiency view. Kind of like that. We just unlocked enough for that. And that gives us access to pointers, labels, and display cases, and counters. So how do we do efficiency view? Efficiency view. Oh god. Terrible. Well, I guess these have a low efficiency view because they're backed up, because we're waiting for this facility to actually come online. So I assume those will get better once they actually start moving again, because this just came online. So now we're making the modules that we need to produce droid cores. And then those droid cores are used in what? Droid assembly small. I probably should have waited to spend those tech points for droid assembly. Where's that at? Oh, we need 96 state shards. Oh no! I was too impatient. Can I sell back an upgrade? Unlock or relock it. So this is outputting 30 per minute. And this can only accept 15 per minute. This is on making gray processors. Just trying to figure out how I can speed up production of our gray data shards. So if I move this back one, let's delete this, and this. If I move this back one, we can take this into a splitter. We're kind of out of room though. Unless I do this. Take this into a splitter. We can go under here. Into here. Copy this. And we can combine these two into that. Now this is producing 30 per minute. Each one of these is consuming 15 per minute. So we're producing 30 per minute here. This is consuming 15 and 15, so now this should be running at full efficiency. Huh? Are we not producing enough? It says it takes in 15 per minute. This produces 15 per minute. Oh, we're not producing it. We're not providing enough raw resources. You gotta go all the way up the chain, or I guess all the way down the chain. No, this would be up the chain. Up takes you to the source, right? So if we feed it enough raw resources, we should see our efficiency skyrocket, because this produces 15. 60 in, 15 out. 15 in, 30 out. Splitting 30 into 15 and 15, and then combining 15 and 15 into 15 and 15. Then 15 out. So we should see this go to green, I would assume. This belt is... Well, I guess this is splitting, right? So this is still not receiving... It's getting better. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't tell. So each one of these is producing 15. 15, 15, 15, 15. This is splitting... We're putting 60 per minute onto the line. So we actually need twice that number of input, right? So let's just delete this splitter. Feed this right into here. Because this is... 4 is 60. This consumes 60. So we need another 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 60 in. I don't know how I can say that it consumes... Well, this line's backed up anyway, so it's not a good measurement. This line should never stop moving, though. And it is. It says it consumes 60 per minute, but it's backing up a line of 60 per minute. Now it's not. Okay, now it's running at an even 60. So this should all become full efficiency now. You're getting greener. Somehow this is greener than all of its inputs. There we go. Level 4 efficiency. Somehow these have never moved past 2 efficiency. I'm not quite sure what's going on, and this keeps bouncing back and forth between 2 and 3. Even though we know all of the numbers work out. And we're not backed up on the output of this building. So somehow this building is running at full efficiency, but everything leading into it is not. It doesn't make sense to me. Oh, that's why. This is taking in 30 out, 30 out. So we actually have 60 per minute on this belt. And this is accepting 30. So these 2 cutters... Well, you didn't actually need this extra cutter then. This is turning 15 into 30 times 2. So we can actually run 2 of these assemblers, which we should well... Yeah, if we did a monotoner, we could run this one at a higher efficiency as well. So let's do that. I just don't know where we're gonna split it. I need to move this thing, but I can't. I guess I can move this whole thing down. So if I grab this and this, give me all this. I'll move this to here, and then copy it. And then we'll take a splitter and do 1 in here, 1 in here. Like that. And then... Can I move this? Oh! Can I move this specifically? No? Doesn't matter. I can run this to here. I don't know if that tree gets in the way or not. Okay, it puts a tunnel in automatically. So let me look at this again. So we're producing... get off of this. We're producing 30 per minute times 2, right? So that's 60 per minute total of each individual item. And then each one of these is consuming 15. So that's still... We're overproducing. But now they say they're running at full efficiency. Well, I'm not going to question it. And these are not running at full efficiency, but there are 2 of them. So we're getting the equivalent of 1 running at full efficiency. And we are backing up, so we don't actually even need a more efficient pipeline for these. Let's see, can we increase the production of these things to match? So we would need, so we have, what? We have 15 per minute coming out of the furnace. This is consuming 15 a minute to produce 60 per minute of these guys. I don't know, I might be off. I'm not sure if it's 60 per minute per individual item of this, or 60 per minute times 4 of these. But either way, this is 60 per minute, this is consuming 15, so this can actually run 4 of these. So if I move this to here, copy this to here. Let's see what happens if I do... this. If I move this here, move this here, spit this into here, and then move... Can I mirror this? There we go. This is consuming 15 and 15, so this should be consuming the full output of this. This is consuming 15 and 15 into each side. So we can actually run 2 of these off of... poop. Copy this, flip it. Delete this. Delete this. Delete. Split. There we go. Grab this, mirror it. Out. Producing 30. This is splitting into 15. This is consuming 15 on each side. So we should get double our output here. Then we're splitting each one of these. Oh god, I gotta move this whole thing south again. Ah! Give me all of this and move it. No. Give me all this. Move it down here. There. So then we're splitting the output of this. Mirror it. Going into a monotoner on one side. Oops. Whatever. Monotoner on one side. Monotoner. We're going into... Oh, I should not have split this. The monotoner side was being split. Right, we were doing this wrong anyway. Let me just read. This was the one that we were coloring at the wrong stage. Let me just remanufacture this. So what are we... Where are we at here? So we have a 1 by 1 by 2. And we're making... this. So if we did this here... monotone it. And then we split this. Monotone one of these. Bring the other one forward. Combine that. into that, and then combine the outputs of this. And then we can delete all of this, right? Circle this back around. Or can we go under this? Looks like it. We'll take this into here. There we go. And then we've got, let's look at our efficiency here. We're overproducing, so our furnace is running at low efficiency. This is producing 60. We could run 2 of these off of this, I think. This is producing 60, this is consuming 15 and 15, so this input here, this is taking 30. So if we did... this... and move this back to here. Split this so that one goes here and one goes here, and then move this into here. Delete this and this. Is that right? Efficiency is increasing. Okay, this guy's at full efficiency now. These are maintaining their efficiency. We're green through here. See, this is producing 15 and 15. Yeah, this is... we would need to double this up in order to increase the efficiency of this. Which, unfortunately, we're out of space to do down here. I would need to, like, skyline over to here, build a bunch of this, and then skyline it back. So these are going to run at half efficiency. I guess I could just take these and spit them back into one copy of this so that it's all running at full efficiency. If we delete this and this, I grab these and move them to like here. So I have to take this into here, and then this into here. So this actually needs to go... I don't know if I have enough space for all that. Then move this out one more. Hang on, let me grab this, flip it. And then delete this, take this to output to here. There we go. And then this can join, this can go into here. Spits out here. This can go join up. with this. And these two are already joined together here. Is that right? I didn't realize they're all spitting out the same thing. So that wasn't strictly necessary at all. In fact, let's undo all that. If they're all spitting out the same thing, then that's completely unnecessary. There. That should be right. And there we go. Everybody's green. And that wasted enough time that we built up enough gray data cubes or data shards that we can unlock the droid assembly building for our last set of puzzles here. Droid cores. So we're gonna build droid assembly. Wonder if they can pull these across to a different island. Let's stick this back here so we have plenty of room. Pin this. Where's our paint? The painters are producing 15 per minute, so we do kind of need dedicated production facilities for this. So let's go and start down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 60 items per minute. The furnace is consuming 60, outputting 15. We're gonna cut into that. Actually, no. We're gonna punch, or we're gonna stamp, I guess. Stamp. We're gonna stamp. That. Then we're gonna split that. Let's put a scrapper on the output of this. Grind it up. Then we're gonna assemble. Oh, we gotta cut that. Right. I forgot. Cut. Not like that. Flip it. Spin it. There we go. Configure that. Split that. Split that again. Well, let's see. That's producing 4. So each one of these is going to have 2. And we only need to put together 2. So I need that to split each one of these again. So flip this like this, flip this, assemble. 1, 2. You're gonna get 2 of these. Actually, you know, it would be the least number of steps overall if I painted the cube blue first, because now we're gonna need like a bunch of different, we're gonna need 2 different painters. Unless I'll have to check the item output. We may be able to recombine these if the production is low enough back into a low enough number that they can all be combined back into a single painter, but let's see. So that's the shape we're making. So we're producing 15 and 15. And a painter. Where are my painters? A painter only takes 15. Okay, so we're well, even that's too low. Because this is 15 per minute, and we're producing... Now we're producing 15, so if we paint it here, we're golden. We just need to get paint all the way over here. I need a drone dispatcher.
Delivery target completed.
Basic bots. We'll take this way. We'll go under. Take this all the way down here. To where? To here. Do we do that though? Don't we need the pigment which comes from here, right? So we don't need that, we need this. Oh, this is only producing 7.5 per minute. So I need to duplicate all this and run another refinery down here. How many does this produce? This produces 60 and 60. Okay. Destroy this for now. Let me build a drone thing, harvester pad. We will spit out. I'll link this to here. Can we pull? We have 2 already serviced by a drone. We cannot. Crap. Means I'll have to repeat all this. Although this looks like it's overproducing for this. This is like super backed up. Except for this. We're not producing nearly enough of these. This is definitely a game of ratios, man. Do we have enough room to copy this? Can I move this here? Slide this down here. Copy this. Paste it here. We don't really have enough room for that. I guess for starters, we can instantly make this more efficient by adding more miners onto it. So instead of splitting this here, because these are only producing 45, and we have 120 worth of demand here. So let's delete this. We're going to make everything instantly better by giving each one of these their own dedicated set of miners. There, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 60 feeding this guy. And then we're going to need 2. We're going to have to go under this belt here to feed this guy. And let's get rid of some trees here. I don't have 4 here. I do have some over here, though. Miner, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to want to run these to here. There. That'll at least improve the efficiency. It's not going to run at full efficiency, but better than it was. So that we can produce paint faster, or pigment faster. And then, I guess temporarily, I'm just going to split off some paint here. Just to get these lines up and running. So we're going to move these forward. Grab all this, move it forward. 1 or 2 is the painter looks like this. Grab all this. Move it here. We're going to bring our paint in here. So I need to split this off temporarily until I can get some more pigment, either increase the efficiency of this building or reproduce all of this somewhere. But I don't know if I have enough poly rock for that. Get this under here. Bring that into there. Get some paint moving. This will create blue cubes. Then this will all be blue. Dabba dee dabba die. We're producing more of these. Well, actually, yeah, we don't have to. These are used in this as well. We don't have to do this, because this is already being produced here. Needs to be blue. Let's get rid of this. These can be fed into another assembler at the end of this. Right, because we need to make this shape now and then run it through a monotoner. So give me 4 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Run this to here, I guess. Let's get rid of this tree. Give me a furnace. Give me a cutter. So we're going 60 to 15. 15. Splitting it like this. Configure 15 to 60. Split 60 back to 15 and 15 into an assembler, which is taking 15 on both sides. Oh, no. 60. We would need 2 of these. Which I guess is fine. So how do you load balance this across? So this is going from 60, 30 to 30. So then we want this, which is 15 and 15, and then this, which is 15 and 15, right? And then we want an assembler. And we want both of these to do this. And then we want to run one through a monotoner. Right? And then over here we have 15 and 15 of these things. So we want to combine one of these with one of these and one of these with one of these. So that's like this. Why is it white? Oh, I guess you have to flush out the system. We have to get the blues out of here first. So all this is going to feed temporarily into a scrapper, or we have to get the blues into here first. So we're going to scrap all these, but the assembly is going to look like this. So we're going to just delete all these outputs for a bit until the blue ones start to filter in. Because we already had some white ones in the system before we added the paint. And then we're going to take this into a second assembler. Into here, out of here, wrap it around into here. This can go forward, this can go into here, like that. Okay, now we have some blue ones coming out. So we can delete this, this. Let's assemble these. This here, this here. And then grab this, mirror it, bring this forward. This. And this. Create that. Hey, hey. These are not going to be blue yet, so we need to add a scrapper onto this for a little bit. Flush out the white ones. And then our last thing can actually be...
New module created.
Instead of this... Let's take these. Oh, maybe we should punch these first? Ugh. Alright, give me all of this. No, not demolish. Move. Give me all this. Move it forward. 2 for now. So maybe we want to punch first. Well, we will have to double paint if we do that, which kind of sucks. I think I'd rather just leave it like that. We'll take these guys into another cutter. And we'll cut them like so. Let's move you down here. Put some cranes on you. Add a crane here. Add a crane here. Eat these. Eat these. And then I'll just take another, 1, 2, 3, 4. Furnace. Cutter. Cutter. These are going to run really inefficiently because I don't need that many of these. Cut them like that. And then we'll take the output of this. Over here. Combine this and this. Is that right? I think that's right. No, I need to combine these first. So delete this, delete this, delete this, put a splitter here. Combine that first into this and this. Then combine again. Oop. Into this and, well, this and, no, this and this. There we go.
New module created.
Done. Don't worry about efficiency later. Just deliver it. Go here and here. Beauty. And 32. There we go. This building isn't being serviced by harvester drones. This is going to create 2 droids. Now, I want to see, can I create a harvester drone or harvester pad here and link this to a building on a different island? I can. Good. Because we have to deliver this into our only delivery dock. How's our challenge looking, by the way? This has just been slowly delivering these bits in the background here. 97 of 800. We've hit 200. Did not yet hit 800, which is fine. Oh, they reward you with extra gray data shards. Cool. And when we do all three of these, we get access to cosmetic fences. Alright. I don't know what we would use that for. I guess to section off individual manufacturing lines for organizational purposes. I think what I'll wind up doing is probably need to dedicate, instead of doing like a split manufacturing here where we're making pigment and then we're making droids, we'll probably just dedicate this whole island to making pigment and paint, and then do droid manufacturing somewhere else, because the pigment manufacturing requires a lot of input. And we're using up all of our poly rock that we would normally use to make more pigment to make other constructions for droids. So this will probably end up being just a pigment island, and we'll just copy and paste this somewhere else. But that'll be in another episode. Or between episodes, if we do this again. No droids yet. We have to wait for... We're manufacturing droid cores here, right. Need a harvester pad. Add a crane. Ooh. This back one. Add a cart. No. Stop. Grab it. Add a crane. Here. Conveyor belt. Link. You. Give me them cores. So now we're gonna really start slurping up all of our paint here, because we have one building manufacturing pigment, which is delivering into this harvester pad, which is only outputting 7.5 per minute. And we're running 2 dye mixers, which are producing 15 per minute, which are then running like 3 different painters, 4 different painters, something like that. I think it's 3, because we're only using 1 painter here. So we're not producing enough paint, but it'll be enough to limp us over the finish line here for droid production. These drones are so slow. Oh, we can set a specific time of day if we want. That's neat. So it can always be dawn, or it can always be day, or dusk. I like that. So this should be our 8th core needed. There we go, and here comes our first droid. Being delivered with extreme inefficiency, both in manufacturing and delivery. It'd almost be faster when we get to level 2 rails to just have the droid delivered down to the ground here, and then use a level 2 rail to deliver it via Skyway. Just drop it there. It's okay, you can just drop it. Let's go on there anyway. Oh yeah, it delivers it down. Right. There they are. Look at their little faces.
Delivery target complete.
Fantastic. Your first droid. Wonderful. Each one is worth 100 basic bots, although don't tell them that. I don't want to give them a complex, poor things. Okay, well, we have some more unlocks and more tasks here, but I think that's where we're going to call it for this episode. I think it's a good stopping point. Yeah, really, I'm itching to keep... Uh-oh. Grand Neural Network. Transmission incoming. Unknown origin point. Processing information. Greetings. We are the GNN. We observe. We process. We integrate. You have appeared on our long-range cognition arrays. Your pattern suggests growth, curiosity, capacity. To stabilize our connection, examine the technology we have shared. Research neural monuments. Show us how you build. Well, we'll have to wait for that one, GNN. This is GNN. Oh, our tech tree can expand. The blue vault. Data shard salvage. Whoa, look at the size of this thing. Data shard salvager gray and a gray nexus. Very cool. But again, something for a later episode. I forgot what I was even saying. Hello? What are these guys doing? Where are you going? I'll figure it out later. Very cool automation factory game. I would love to keep playing more, but we're already at like over 3 hours of recording here, so I could see this consuming a lot of my time if I allow it to. It's a very pure factory automation game. There's no exploration, there's no mining for resources, there's no finding blueprints out in the world. There's no scouring the map looking for resource nodes. Everything that you need is presented to you. The path forward is very direct, very clear, very well laid out for you. And it does give you a lot of freedom to build your lines as efficiently or inefficiently as you want. And the blueprinting and copying and pasting system is really fantastic for making a really compact, really efficient solution, and then being able to copy and paste that over and over and over again in order to scale it up. So there's a ton of room for the kind of efficiency min-maxers that you see in Factorio who share blueprints for like the most efficient way to do like a three-way splitter, or the most efficient way to produce this particular item in the least amount of space. I don't know if there's a way to share blueprints between users in this, but just for your own devices, this is definitely a game where finding ways to do the same amount of work in a smaller amount of space can drastically change the output of your factory. So even with the stuff that I discovered in this episode, there are tons of ways that I could go back just to the stuff that I've done here in the very beginning and rearrange this, compartmentalize this, maybe even use the outputs of some manufacturing lines as the inputs into another one. Like when we're sending things into a scrapper, those scraps can be recycled and combined into a part that can be used in another manufacturing line. So there's just tons and tons, I think, of opportunities for that really granular assembly line thinking, and that's something that I really enjoy in a factory game because it allows you to just always keep your head in the factory management, in the automation, and not have to constantly task switch between, okay, I did a little building, but now I have to go and find some more resources. I got some resources online, now I have to go find some blueprints hidden somewhere in the world. Oh no, now our base is being attacked, so now I have to task switch away from creation and go into defense mode. All that kind of stuff that detracts from the core mechanic of constructing things. Yeah, I think they did a good job of layering all these different systems. You have the shapes style, voxel combining and cutting. You have the Factorio style belt management. You've got the Foundry style deliverables and managing of your efficiency and progressions and very high tier stuff. So there's something to do at kind of every level of this game so that you're never at a point where you're just kind of staring at your factory waiting to unlock system. There's always something that you can break away from and go focus on elsewhere. So fantastic addition to the factory game genre, a very cozy entry into the factory game genre. I will definitely do more of this at some point, but I think we're gonna have to balance our time between Timberborn and a couple of the other games that we have going right now, so I don't know exactly when we'll hop back into this, but this is definitely one of those. I'm not sure what I want to record today. Maybe we'll go back and do some more Modulus, so expect to see more of this at some point in the future. So, if you're still with us, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this playthrough of Modulus Factory Automation, hit like and subscribe. If you want to check out Modulus Factory Automation for yourself, head on over to Steam and pick it up. And if you want to let me know what you think of the game so far, then hit the comments down below. But whatever you do, I'll see you right here again in the next one. So, until then, bye-bye.